Hey YouTube, this is Bryn with Bellbottom Possum, and today I'm going to show you how to download a digital file from my shop. Now, why would you even buy a digital product? Well, there's a lot of great benefits to actually buying a digital product rather than a physical product. For one, the moment you buy a digital product, it's yours. You don't have to wait for shipping. It's usually on your desktop already, or the file is sent through a link in your email, and all you have to do is click a button and wait for it to download, and it's on your computer ready to go. Another reason to buy digital products is that you are gonna get high quality, affordable art. And I'll just say, when I print my products, I go through a printing service. This is a company that I really trust. They're great at what they do. They use high quality paper. And I would just take my print and send it to you through the mail, and you're gonna get a high quality product. But if you get the digital product, you can just have the file and send it to another locally sourced and trusted company to print it, and they're gonna print it at a high quality as well. And at that point, you can even choose what kind of paper you want. That's something that I don't offer. If you buy a physical product from anyone online, most of the time, you don't know what type of paper it's on. You're just gonna get whatever's sent to you in the mail. This way you have control over the exact paper type that you want and the size. Some of my digital products only come in one size, typically 8x10, but most of my digital products come in 5 different ratios, and we'll cover this again, but this is to make sure that you can print your art print at any size you want. And that's another thing I was gonna get into, is flexibility. You're gonna get all these different sizes to choose from. You can print at any size you want. You can print as many times as you want too. Some of my prints, you only have to pay like a few dollars and you have this file the rest of your life. You can print as many of these products as you want. Of course, if you can't resell them. And also, it's sustainable. I'm not using, I'm not sending cardboard through the mail, it's just sent to you. That easy. I think it's really worth it. Now let's get to how to actually download your files. First, I'm gonna walk through Etsy, and then I'm gonna walk through Shopify. Okay, so here's my Etsy store. Now let's find a digital product that we like. Now I go to digital prints. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. Who did these? Let's order this sign. I like this sign. Okay, let's go through the description. So as you can see in the description, it says this is a digital download. No physical item would be shipped. You can print these files at home or at your local print shop, or through an online printing service. You will receive a download notification email and an option to download the file on your purchases page. I'll walk you through that. You will also receive a PDF file including instructions and a Google Drive download link to the five high resolution PDF files. Some of my listings on my store, you're only gonna get like a PDF or 2, and you don't have to deal with the Google Drive download, but I will walk you through that as well. It just depends on what listing you are purchasing. So now we're gonna go through all the different ratios to print. So this might be a little confusing, but when you receive your files, some of my listings, I am giving you 5 different ratios. Why am I doing that? Because the 2:3 ratio file to print will give you a 4:6 print. So I'll touch on this again later, but if you want to download a 2:3 ratio file to print, I am giving you the 24x36 inch file. It's huge, but you can shrink it down to a 4:6 postcard. Another common ratio is 4:5. The 4:5 ratio, that translates to an 8x10 print. An 8x10 inches print. That's a very common frame people use. So if you want your print to be 8x10 inches, you would want to download the 4:5 ratio file. But just to remind you, you will get all 5 ratios. How does this work? Place your order and wait for payment confirmation. Etsy will send you an email with your download link. You can find it anytime under your account and purchases. Then download your files to your computer and unzip if needed. You will receive a PDF file with instructions with a Google Drive link to download the art prints. Then you can print at home, take them to a local print shop, and we already talked about that. Once you purchase your product, you can go to purchases and reviews. I'm on the purchases page. This is the product that I just bought. The included files, 1 PDF, 1 zip. I left a review. You should also leave a review anytime, you purchase something. Okay, so now we are going to download the files. Okay, what a cute message from Bellbottom Possum. Okay, now you're gonna download the instructions and your PDF. So in this case, for this design specifically, I did not have to upload anything on Google Drive. I could just download this zip file right here and get all 5 of my prints. So I will show you that, what that looks like. We're gonna extract the zip file. Okay, now we can see the PDF file. This is every ratio we want. Great. Now we have all of our files. Now, what would happen if you only received the instructions PDF and the files were too big and I couldn't put them on Etsy, and well, all I have are these instructions? Like, what do I do with that? So let's go through that. Okay, here is the instructions PDF. So again, you will only receive the instructions PDF if the files I was trying to put on Etsy were too big. This is when I would put the art files on my Google Drive, and this instructions PDF will send you to my Google Drive where the files are uploaded. So just view it as another step. So you can buy your product, and then the next step is downloading the files. In this instance, you're buying the product, you're getting a piece of paper with the link, you click on the link, and then you get your files and you have to download them that way. So it's really just one extra step. So thank you for your purchase. This PDF just goes through the instructions on how to download them, so we'll go through them now. So note, because these files are too large to send through Etsy, you will receive this PDF with links to Google Drive folder. You do not need an account to access them. So let's click on the folder. Okay. Now here are all the PDFs. So you can click on one, click download, and now you have your design. So it's just an extra step. After clicking the link on your PDF, you'll be taken to the Google Drive file. There will be a zip file containing all the files, and then there are individual PDFs for each ratio. Click the 3 dots on the right-hand side of the file, select download. On your computer, you can click on the download to open it, and then you can select print. So now we're just getting into how to print these files. I personally don't even have a printer at home. If you're someone who has a printer at home and you want to print these files through that, you're gonna understand your printer more than me. But typically you would just open the file, select print, and then adjust the sizing from there and print it at home. So depending on what printer you have, you're gonna go through the normal processes of your specific printer to print the file at home. If you wanna print on an 8x10 paper, you would be printing the 4.5 ratio. For me personally, if I were to buy a digital download through Etsy or Shopify, I would just get my files and then I would call my local printing shop. Some printing shops expect a bleed, sometimes they don't want to resize the file. Once you find a local printing shop that works for you, you're good. So it might take some trial and error, calling some people, and I've been through that process personally, having to print my physical products. So I called one local printing shop and the communication wasn't the best, and I was like, I like him, but let me try someone else. And I tried another printing shop in my town and I love them. They're super easy to work with, so you may have to call around different places to find a really good fit for you. But really all you have to do is call a local printing shop and say, hey, I have this file, here are the dimensions. The file says that it's like 3x2, can you make it into this? Or if you can't remember, you can go back to my Etsy and I will have a sizing guide on the listing. Let me pull that up. So if you ever can't remember, you can go back to the listing on Etsy. It'll have this sizing guide. So you're like, well, I want a 8x10 print. Oh, the ratio 4:5. Okay, I'm gonna print the 4:5 file. Hey, printing place, I have a 24x30 print, can you shrink it down to 8 by 10 for me? Some places might do it, but there will always be a local printing shop that will, so you might just have to call around. And that's it. So now let's go through Shopify. We are now on my Shopify. Say hello to my website. I did this in 2 days. I have prior experience making a website. It's kind of bare bones for now, but hey, it works. So hopefully by the time you watch this video and you go on my website, it's improved. But yeah, this is my website. So this is Shopify. I'm gonna go to the digital downloads. We can also go here to digital downloads, but I'm gonna click on this. Now I want this print. All the information that I went through on Etsy is also here. My listings on Etsy are pretty much just copy and pasted on my Shopify. Now, let's add to cart. Go to my cart. Once you order your digital product, you should see this screen. So now this screen says you'll receive a confirmation email with your order number shortly. We can also look here. This is my order. It says complete. Originally, when I was going through this process for the first time, I was confused and concerned that the digital products, the digital files did not send over. So what could be confusing about this process is first you're gonna get an email that says your order is confirmed, and then you're gonna get a second email with the files in that email. So the first email that you get, if you do not see your digital files in that email, that doesn't mean that they weren't sent, but they're coming through the next email. So this is the first email you'll get. It just says, hey, your order is confirmed. Great. And then you should get another email that says, your downloads are ready. Thank you for your purchase. Here's the download. So now we can click the link. It should take you to a page like this. Download. And that's it. The process is pretty much the same from there. Like I said previously, after you have your files, you can call your local printing shop or print at home. Now, if you're ordering from me, whether it's through Etsy or Shopify, and you run into any issues at all, please email me at bellbottompossum@gmail.com. I want to make sure that you're getting these files, and I want to make sure that you're getting the products that you're purchasing. And aside from that, if you have any questions about this process at all, please comment below. I want to help you. I hope this video is helpful. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.